Hey guys, this is Parky from Blue Turret bringing another Clan Wars commentary. This week pits Blue Turret on the north defending side on Fisherman's Bay against Queen. This is during a landing zone though, so this is an encounter. Fisherman's Bay is actually a pretty difficult map that we had to theory craft pretty hard to get a strat that worked. But if you spawn to the south, it makes sense to push the 1 line. If you spawn to the north, it makes sense to push the 8 line. Fisherman's Bay is a pretty large map and caps are pretty vulnerable to cap rushes. So I'd bring a mobile comp, something where your tanks can move pretty quickly, something that's very fast moving. You don't want a comp that's bogged down, so no Mosses, no E100s. You want quick tanks like Fotches, 183s, Waffles, mediums. As far as this strat, we're going to be pushing the 8 line here. As far as the south goes, assume that your enemy is going to put like 3 TDs or Waffle Dragons at like K2, J2. There's a medium spot in the middle. The middle of the map is incredibly important when it comes to spotting, but it's not very important when it comes to pushing. You cannot push the middle of the map, especially if they have someone spotting there, because you will die to TDs in the backfield. So what we basically do here is we just keep the middle spotted. We have our 2 artillery try and take, do some damage, and then we're going to spot the 8 line and push. Now we should have a medium at B1, and I'm actually telling him to go up there now. That was a mistake on our part. You need a tank spotting the 1 line, and we're going to go tell them to do that right now. But they could be pushing there right now. We wouldn't know it. That's actually a pretty big mistake. 5950 is spotting the city for us. As far as my comp, I have 2 Fotches, a 183, 2 Waffles, some mediums, a 57, and a E5, and a 121. And I basically said, guys, pick the tank that you play the best in, and we'll go from there. And I'm letting my players kind of decide what to... No, I don't always do that, but in this game I am letting my players kind of pick whatever they think would be best. My 121 has spotted the city very well. There's nothing on the 8 line in the city, so we have city control, which makes me think that they have most of their tanks at H1, J2, K2, which means that my mediums in the middle have to be very careful and that I cannot push 1 line. But what this means is I can probably push 8 line at this point and take very, very little damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push down this 8 line, and I'm going to push all the way to this grid square right here at K7, but I'm not going to push past that grid square, because from K2 you can shoot into K7 once you go over the tracks. So at this point I'm going to tell my tanks to go ahead and push through city. There's no resistance. What we're going to try and do here is we're going to try and push through city, get on the back of the hill, and then kill all the mediums on the back of this hill, taking away their map control. And that's something that we're going to try and do right here, and I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try and do it based on the scouting reports we have. So right now I would assume they have like 5 tanks at H1, maybe 50Bs, maybe Fotches, maybe E5s, IS7s. I'm trying to get shots on that bad shot, although he covered the terrain there stopping us. And I would assume they have 3 or 4 TDs at J2, K2, maybe 1 or 2 artillery as well. We did do some damage to that bad shot. And the scout's doing a great job on the 1 line. It's important to know that guys from H1 cannot shoot into B1, A1. They can only shoot into D1 and parts of C1. So even if you have a tank at H1, it's really difficult to actually shoot that line. There's more cover up there than you used to see. So we have gained map control right now. Our cap is very vulnerable right now, but we know where their tanks are, and you can only push like this that are good. See, Spy Shadow right there took a nice kill by our 183. But Spy Shadow took damage from TDs at J2. Gotta be careful. 1 medium has died. They have lost middle map control. The middle for them is not spotted right now. That's really important to understand. They do not have spots on the middle at this point of in the game. We've gone up 1 tank. Another one is actually pretty low. They have a bad shot running around at 8% somewhere. Okay, there's a push on the 1 line. We should have spotted that sooner. I don't know how we didn't spot that soon enough. At this point, we're going to go back to cap and clear that out. So basically right now I'm calling all of my tanks back into cap. I'm going to put some tanks at E4 and try and stall them. And then I'm going to bring everyone else up the A line and see if I can get a kill here. They have 3 TDs at the K2, just like we predicted. And they have a whole bunch of tanks moving up the 1 line. Now my M60 is going to use his mobility to get out of there. Spotting mediums should not die to a moving flank. So he's doing a great job getting out of there, keeping the spots for artillery. Artillery can go ahead and do some damage. If they cross into the 3 line, my guys in the middle will have shots. Right now my Fotches and my mediums are going to come up to A2 and help me clear that out. because they have 4 tanks down here, maybe 7 tanks total, plus 2 artillery, plus 1 that's dead. So we have almost a 15 versus 5 advantage on pushing this one line. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to push up here, get on the base of this hill, and we're going to clear out the A1, A2 area. The guys on G1 aren't going to have shots because it's too far, and my artillery does have shots. My artillery should be doing some damage right here. They have open shots right now. Probably see some artillery shots. Artillery's doing a good job kind of holding us up. So we're going to wait for the Foches to get in here first. The Foches and the E5s are going to take the damage. And right now we have like 10 tanks pushing out 5. And if we do this correctly, we should push in here and take no damage. So we're going to go ahead and push in right here and see what we can do. I'm going to be leading the charge in my Foch because my armor can handle some shots, but the mediums can't as well. So we're pushing in with about 7 tanks into, I think, 3 or 4, maybe 5. Here we go. They shoot at me. He misses. There's 3 tanks right now. Maybe 1 shot into the E5. He's going to drop right here. That's 1 kill. No damage taken. Now we have about a 9 versus 3 advantage. They have no support. Nice kill on the E100. Foches are blatantly overpowered. We're going to go ahead and kill this I7 right here. We have to watch out for artillery. They do have pretty good arty shots right now, so we have to move and try and avoid these arty, just like that. That was a good shot by their artillery. You need to move when you succeed. Their arty is playing pretty well. The guys in the middle should kill that E50M, 15Ds, and the 57s in the Waffle Tragon should kill that, or at least do significant damage to that E50M. So that they've completely lost map control. They have no spots in the middle. E50M does drop. They have no spots in the middle. They have no spots on the 1 line. And they have no one back there. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to put all my tanks in the middle, and then I'm going to bring some tanks around the K line, and I'm going to spot that K line. We're going to go ahead and speed it up because nothing happens for a little bit here. My 121 does move up there to get some spots for artillery. He is behind a rock, so it's going to be pretty difficult for them to do damage. And this is an example of, we're not doing anything necessarily special. We're just keeping our tanks together. We're, gaining map control, and we're winning the game basically due to map control. That bad chat needs to die. That was a nice arty shot back there in the back. My 121 does die. This bad chat needs to die in this city because he's literally spotting my entire formation right now. Someone needs to just grow up here and just kill him. Nice. I don't know who killed that tank, but that was a good kill. They have no spots in the middle. There's a TD. There's an E4 lit. We're up 7-2. We're up 8-2. I have a medium pressuring the K line to get spots for artillery. I also have mediums pressuring the 1 line to get spots. They're all, they're backed up in the corner, and we're basically surrounding them, getting shots into their backfield. And they don't have the middle spotted right now. They're just kind of turtling in their corner with a bunch of TDs. I do 1 shot into that Waffle Tragon. At this point, I'm going to go help my mediums push a little bit. The E5 is helping us push the 1 line while we do have spots. At this point, the Queen's going to lose. They can't do anything right now. They're completely boxed into a corner. That was a bad arty shot. You don't want to take arty shots on blind targets. It's a bad habit to get in. Yeah, kill the tank. Artillery shots on the targets is one of the worst habits you can get into as an arty player. If you see your artillery taking blind shots on a target, yell at them. It's a horrible habit to get into, and if you keep doing it, just stop playing them. You also don't want to take shots on moving targets. You want to wait for them to be tracked, which is sometimes, it's situational. Here the E4 does push into me. I bounce my shot. He gets the kill, although he dies soon after, and there's no tank lock-in, so it's not a huge deal. Overall, poor play by Queen. They're a good clan, and we personally are allies with them, but they did not play this game very well. They put 5 tanks up at A1 with no support, and we just picked them off. Map control on Fisherman's Bay is important, as well as tank comp and mobility. Kind of just using the map to your advantage. Well, I hope you enjoyed, guys, and leave a comment and subscribe.